And we are live.
Welcome back to the 24-hour show. Thank you so much for joining us. We're your hosts, Brittany and Eddie, and today we have a banger of an episode for you. What we got, Eddie?
Yo, let's go. Make sure you guys follow us, Britty's Bliss on X and Ed Money's on X. We're definitely ready to get into an exciting earnings today. We know it's a couple days late. A lot of people go for like the financial overview. We just wanted to go take everybody through the presentation step by step, just to make sure everybody understands it. Because this is going to be a company that we stare at for a long time, so it's important to look at every metric that they're showing us and kind of figure out where the story's leading to. So yeah, it's going to be a good one today.
Absolutely. And as we mentioned earlier this week, this was the first time that Vlad and team did a live visual earnings call. So that was awesome. They hosted it through X. That was amazing to see and get the live chat. That was really great. If you missed it, then we will drop a link in the comments for you to go ahead and listen.
Yeah, we already listened to it probably 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, we've got the coverage on that.
Yeah, and that don't even count like the clips that we went over multiple times. It's entertaining. It's great.
And it's information packed. There's so much. Like, I had to keep rewinding it because I was like, wow, he's jamming so much knowledge, so much information into this one sentence. Let me make sure I can really digest it all.
You could tell Vlad's really a basketball fan. They set it up like it was a press conference interview after a big game. The expectations were set to, Robinhood gets a win, but who knows how much they can win by. And then Robinhood comes in, like, literally and figuratively dunks on them. And
absolutely,
yeah, they're pretty much putting up triple-double games back to back. And this fourth quarter was literally just like a comeback story of the ages of like, everyone and I can kind of see why everyone keeps bringing up, hey, everyone used to hate you, and like they like people can't help themselves to be like, yo, this is a crazy underdog story. And I think that's more of what everyone should kind of shine a light on, is like the growth from the last 4 years, and even more specifically since the GME stuff has been insane. And it's like, we'll get into so much right here. I got some stats right here. If you guys, funded customers, assets under custody, and net deposit growth, these are pretty much the most common metrics that people are going to measure Robinhood by.
And it's you mentioning that the GME, we've got to move past that. I think that Vlad and team have proven themselves over and over and over again with their deliveries on these rollouts.
The confidence is there too. You can see it. They're pulling up in their Robinhood gear.
They got the merch. Oh man,
there.
I should have worn our hat. I have the Robinhood hats. Of course, we have the OG tan one. We have the black one. And that's a missed opportunity. I didn't grab it for the stream.
Yeah, you might be able to see my Robinhood water bottle right there on the back shelf,
we got merch
too.
on merch, but I love that he had that on the table right there for his just like you said, an NBA game.
Yeah, he's taking these questions from retail analyst, and he's taking them from the traditional analyst, and overall, like, the market rewarded them too, because look at this. We're at $65 overnight market. So
insane.
When we open up on Monday morning, who knows like what's gonna happen, because everyone's moved their projections up to.
I think we got 105 from an analyst earlier this week.
And they were was that Bernstein? Yeah, I think they were the first ones to like even come out and give us like a higher price target when Robinhood was first starting all these rollouts. So many products got released.
And what do we have?
So obviously we're at $65. This was very rewarding.
Congratulations, Hoodsters.
I had some covered calls. I had some covered calls at 57 that I had to like roll out, which was fine. But damn, you don't expect to jump like that. It was like after hours, like 15%, 16% jump overnight. And yeah, let's get into this presentation. We don't want to bore you guys. We want to kind of just go over it
really quickly.
Yeah, there's a lot to analyze on here, but like I said,
we'll drop the link for you to take a look at this presentation in the comments for yourself to go into the minutia of it.
Yeah, and before we get into this, go ahead and subscribe and like. This whole channel is dedicated to Robinhood shareholders, so we would like to go over this the way Robinhood obviously intends you to go through each presentation. there's certain metrics and stuff that stand out that we'll probably have to do like separate videos on, but yeah, this is a lot of information, and they pretty much give us great guidance without giving us guidance. We know Robinhood doesn't like to give us guidance, but yeah, there's this. Let's start off right here with the business results highlights for Q4. This is what just stands out to me. Again, these are the metrics that you are going to want to look at Robinhood compared to their previous years. Traditionally, assets under custody would probably be like the best metric to look at. But for Robinhood, right off top, gold subscribers are that's the creme of the crop. Those are the people who are spending the money, investing the most, and paying a lot. Not a lot, but they're paying out fees and stuff, and so they're contributing to the overall growth.
And I think they use the most tools, use the brokerage to its fullest extent.
Right? Why wouldn't you? You're paying $5 a month.
Absolutely.
So then you click and you see what does gold have to offer? Wow, like they have a lot to offer. So only 10.5% in these business results right here are, I'm sorry, 10.5% in these gold subscribers are of the platform. So that's crazy. Like, I feel like if you're using Robinhood, it's like almost like, why would you use it without subscribing to gold? Like, that $5 comes back to you in tenfolds, and we see it in the retirement accounts. We see it in like your trades and borrowing on margin.
Even just your cash deposits.
Yeah, you get hella yield on those deposits. It's like for everyone it's different. They're able to like do incentives, but
they did just start a new incentive, so check the brokerage. They just announced another boost, I believe, until March 3rd, March 7th. I will link that as well.
Yeah, and a lot of people might even critique like, how are these guys going over this? How can they pay all this stuff out and do these rewards? Well, traditional brokerages are paying crazy amounts for customer acquisition. So like, if you just think about that value, instead of paying commissions and all these middlemen, you give the value straight to your users. Bam, like everybody wins. So yeah,
and that's what that's what this company is founded on, is once again returning their earnings to the customers and keeping interest high. We are going to move right to
financial results.
So total net revenue is up 115% year over year, and just in Q4 we see 2.95 billion over the last 12 months. In Q4, I believe
growth mode.
I believe it was 1 billion alone in Q4. Adjusted operating expense is up 18% year over year and 9% sequential. Vlad touched on this earlier, that when you are a company that is implementing these tools like AI, crypto, blockchain tech, that the operating expenses should stay level, and we do see that they have stayed pretty level.
Yeah, they're on top of that. Like, when you have that fixed income, you can like really project out like what your expenses are going to be, which keeps the earning per share high or growing. And
yeah, so with revenue growing and operating expenses staying the same, that's absolutely great. Adjusted EBITDA, I don't think we're really going to touch on that. Who cares about adjusted EBITDA, honestly?
Yeah, financial companies usually don't use adjusted EBITDA, because it's like, well, Robinhood's different because they're a financial tech company. They're in growth mode, and so they don't view themselves as like a bank.
Also, if you don't know, adjusted EBITDA is earnings before interest, taxation, depreciation, and
accruals. Yeah, this is I like it because it tells you, like, in the future, like, oh, when all these rewards and all, like, we're a mature company, like, we'll be very, very profitable. But it's not even something I consider.
But it's a good metric to know. People obviously want to see this on their earnings.
Let me tell you what, like, someone like Charlie Munger and them, maybe like Warren Buffett and them would say about EBITDA. How do you say EBITDA? EBITDA? I don't know. EBITDA, Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger. Let's see, because this isn't something I'm using all the time to evaluate my companies, but everyone always talks about it, and it's like, it makes you wonder like how important it is if you're talking about the earnings before all the stuff you have to pay. And so let's see, Buffett has called EBITDA. I feel like I'm saying a whole nother word. Misleading because it excludes real costs like depreciation. Da 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 da. Munger, strong disapproval. He's been more direct. He states that every time you see the word EBITDA, you should substitute it with bullshit earnings. He believes that EBITDA distorts the true economic performance. So, like, you'll hear it a lot on X and stuff where people are talking about this. Not a metric I'm very interested in as well.
I would say it's a filler metric, honestly.
I mean, yeah, and you need it for these presentations though. It's like other people are looking for different things, and so you want to find out what you're looking for. And I think Robinhood, one, the branding's amazing. I love the black dark mode in the back with this, their green highlighted graphs in here. That makes it exciting to me, where you can digest the information slowly and kind of pick apart what you want.
The brand is completely visually cohesive now through the app, the website, legend, everything just visually is like it's a suite, and it all goes together and it looks beautiful.
Yeah, so we'll move over to this product velocity that it's increased. Obviously, this page is just, it gives me the it makes me super excited for 2025. You can obviously see that these guys deliver. Like, look at these products. Every quarter they were like offering something. It just sucks right now that like we're waiting on regulation. We're waiting on clarity. We're waiting so that we can put more products out there. But look what these guys have accomplished.
But it does look like it's coming.
They're skating to where the puck is going, like you were saying in the last show.
And clarity is looking to be made coming in 90 to 160 days. We're hearing.
We're in a countdown right now.
From the insiders. But just to take a look, in Q124, the Robinhood adds new spot Bitcoin ETF. The MetaMask and Robinhood Connect make it easier to connect with Web3. New symbols on the Robinhood 24-hour market, introducing Robinhood Retirement for independent workers. I believe they also released that. That would be included for like spousal retirement accounts as well. What else do we have?
They released so much, and that was like, it's crazy to think a year ago they barely released a lot of this stuff, and now we're moving into March where Vlad said on the call that we're gonna actually have a gold event in March again.
In San Francisco.
So what did they? Let's see. Last year they did for the gold. They did gold in right here.
Q3, right?
No. It was March. They did it last year, right?
Q2 they entered into an agreement to acquire Bitstamp. I don't believe that acquisition is fully closed and agreed upon yet, but it is still in the works. So that is very exciting if you are into Robinhood for their crypto and Web3.
So the new gold standard gave us gold card, app redesign, and unlimited deposit boost announced. And it felt like it was just a revolutionary time because
gold standard release.
Hood became like, they gave you a clear path to where they were going. And
now, what a way to kick off the year.
So now we're kind of coming into a conclusion that Vlad is going to probably give us a gold event every March, every year. He's probably going to walk up on stage with this great storytelling, and hopefully, like it's Steve Jobs-esque of like unveiling new products and giving us new stuff. And that's what I'm starting to expect. Since he's doing it this year, it's like, why slow down? It's like, just hammer out more deliverables for gold, depending on what environment we're in. Last year we were in a high inflationary environment. This year we still have good interest rates, but as they fall, Robinhood will probably have to introduce different tools for gold users.
That's such a great point. I think that they did touch on that in the earnings call, that they are a fully diversified business. During low interest rates, the most utilized tools are margin, options, equity, futures, and crypto. During high interest rates environments, the yield on cash, spending and credit products, retirement, and advisory coming soon. So it looks like they have something for every need in the market.
Yeah, these guys are amazing. So this product, just look at this.
That diversification allows for 9 business models, which allow for 100 million annual revenue.
or more. Obviously some of those get more, but at least 100 million. So let's get into this 2025 roadmap. We gotta look at what's coming ahead. We took a look at what just happened in 2024. 2025 roadmap. I've been talking about this. This is amazing for me as someone who's was like in crypto and NFTs, it's like they would give you roadmaps and like not even fucking listen to it. So when you look at a company like Robinhood, they're giving you this roadmap, and you would know by the end of the year whatever's not done is probably next on the list to get completed.
Which is why I'm so bullish on this pivot, because we were heavy into crypto and we believe that it really was the future of finance. But with Robinhood,
Still future finance.
It is the
at
future
Hood,
of finance with regulatory clarity. And I guess if a founder doesn't follow through in the Web3 space, there's nothing that's gonna happen, and there's no retribution for investors.
And it's tough. You see guys like Celsius, Alex Mashinsky run off with a lot of funds. You see guys like SBF, who was notorious,
Dao Quan.
Yeah, so many people,
so many villains in the space
messed up the look for crypto, that you cling to guys like Vlad who see the future of crypto but want to operate in regulatory standards, and then you feel frustrated with him because you're like, nobody wants to fucking actually put real laws out there, real clear laws, so that we can make moves. And now other countries are starting to surpass us, which is, it's tough, but all you can do is prepare for when those gates open, because eventually we'll start doing stuff.
Yeah, the Asian Pacific is, I want to say, light years ahead of us right now. But we're hopefully catching up with regulatory clarity coming soon.
So go ahead. We're on 2025 roadmap.
We see the products that we are looking for rollouts in: the active traders Robinhood Legend enhancements, futures rollout, events contracts platform, additional trading tools, wallet share for next generation, gold card expansion, advisory including trade and PMR, new money capabilities.
Hold on. What is this part right here excites me? Wallet share for the next generation, and one of the bullet points is new money capabilities. Like, what does that mean? What can the money do that wasn't capable of doing before? Like, maybe they think the stable coin instant daily yielding will come to fruition. I don't know, but it's hard to tell because they're obviously saying gold card expansion, so it's not going to be anything to do with gold card or gold membership. Probably they got this advisory, and now you're like, okay, trade PMR, registered investment advisors, maybe some like direct customer service support, new money capabilities. So vague, right? You're like, what the heck does this mean? I want to go look up new money, like capitalize, because they obviously capitalize new money capabilities. So let's I want to go check that out. But while we're doing that, let's see additional account types. This was obvious. I've been saying this the last couple episodes. There's so much low-hanging fruit in regards to like what we can do with just regular accounts that can be added, and Robinhood can make it happen. But it's just going to take a little bit of research and development. But we're on our way.
For new money capabilities, it refers to fresh investments or deposits in an insurance or financial product affecting interest rates. So that
nice.
Is very interesting.
So I was looking at that. Yeah. Okay. I was looking at that maybe from like a DeFi perspective. That makes me way more bullish though. So there's some sort of instruments that will be brought to the platform where you can maybe invest directly into T-bills, maybe directly into municipal bonds or something. This is exciting. Okay, so money capabilities, first thing that steps on.
Yeah, next up we have additional account types. I'm hoping for, as Robinhood, as Vlad mentioned, he sees this brokerage for the user, I guess 25 to 35-year-old, their parents, and their children. So additional account types leads me to believe trusts, possibly. And maybe 529 plans, some educational planning accounts coming. These are just fingers crossed for me, but that I believe would go in line. Next, we have global financial ecosystem, additional crypto selection and capabilities that might have to do with the US dollar global that he's been speaking about, crypto geographic expansion and vertical integration, including Bitstamp. So they do expect that to close soon, that acquisition to close soon.
And that will bring in probably institutional investors for Bitstamp, a more global impact for Robinhood, because all three of these pillars lead into the other one, and we'll get more into that a little later. But the more people that get into their crypto sector end up getting into the brokerage sector and vice versa. So
Absolutely. Tokenization, he has been screaming from the rooftops about tokenization in real world assets as of late.
Hold on. Robinhood could definitely be one of the first companies to tokenize their own assets. Like, there's no rules against it, you know? I mean, okay, there actually are general rules against putting your crypto with your assets and like doing anything productive at this moment. But tokenization, if they're just tokenizing the stocks and keeping track of them on a ledger like that, there's no harm being done because you're not changing anything, but you are tokenizing an asset on chain before everybody else as far as public companies, and this could lead to the next generation of how do I, Coinbase is probably gonna be like, well, then how do I tokenize mine? And then Strategy B will come through and be like, well, how do I tokenize mine? And then this can create an effect.
This is such a great point. It reminds me of us listening to Paxos founder, and he and Vlad and Paxos.
Chad.
Yes, Chad and Vlad, my favorite CEOs as of late. Shout out to Chad and Vlad of Paxos and Robinhood. That they are partnering, and Paxos is a leader of tokenization, and being, they tokenize PayPal's stablecoin. They are the leader in tokenization in this space. So Vlad working with them and the digital USDG rollout, the USDG network.
It's all coming together.
The synergy is finally about to deliver on what we've been waiting for, and I think that this is just really a new wave of finance.
And you briefly mentioned Singapore was a great hub, and we know Robinhood has a headquarters out there, so it's pretty cool to see that Robinhood is not going to just wait for the United States to give approval and stuff. They're going to make moves in other places, and the things that they can accomplish over here in the United States, like 24-hour markets, this fractional trading, commission-free stuff, they can take those tools, transfer them to the UK, use them over there, and vice versa. As they learn stuff in the UK, whether it be with their crypto or anything like that, they can bring those staking products and all that back over here as soon as it's ready. And that's what like people aren't realizing is like Robinhood is not waiting for government to change it. They're gonna direct this change, get the impact. There might be some boo-boos, there might be some stuff in the some mess ups like this, like what happened with the contracts. It's like you think you do everything, they take it back,
CFTC,
and now you're like, what do I do? Let's bounce back from this. So
that's such a great point mentioning Singapore, though. They really Paxos also, they are the regulatory office that is allowing the rollout for USDL and USDG. So you go where the regulation clarity already exists, and then you continue to grow where it just hasn't yet.
Yeah, and then so that ends the tokenization brokerage with UK. Like we said, everything out there is just exploding for Robinhood. And it's just a good growth area.
Breeze by these quickly because we have a bit to get through. Funded customers increased by 1.8 million year over year for a record of 25.2 million in Q4. Absolutely insane. And cool. I think that has a lot to do with the offerings of transferring, matching, basically paying customers to leave their brokerage. And it works.
It works because you're going to go and you're going to you don't do this every time. Like, this isn't like chasing freaking high savings yields account or something. It's like, once you find a brokerage and you like them, it's really sticky product where you cannot let it go. You're checking your app. You want to look at it. You want to interact with it. They make such a beautiful interface where these customers who might have been coming over for this percentage, one, Robinhood's not paying it all out at once. You get your payments over time as your assets stay there. And then two, you're going to end up loving the product and you're never going to move it. So this is going to stick.
They say don't invest emotionally, but I am absolutely emotionally involved with my brokerage.
Because that's energy in motion. These guys have motion.
This slide number 8, guys, I'm saying when I talk about Vlad and his team have a numerologist on team, I'm not joking. He knows exactly what he's doing. On slide 8, we see that the AUC, assets under custody, increased by 88% year over year. That's 3 8s. The number of abundance, 888. Just you can't make it up. They know what they are doing. In Q4, 193. Absolutely insane.
Yeah,
insane.
look at that. And then from this pile, it looks like, yeah, it looks like cryptocurrencies hit a big jump right
And I
there.
believe that is because
Equities jumped up too, and that might be because these retirement accounts, you come in, right? You do this $5 gold, you're trying to get your $5 a month back, so you max out your retirement accounts. And those are the Roth is at 7,000 right now, so that's $210 free you're getting back.
absolutely.
And
And
you're just going to keep going. It just all leads into each product.
another thing is the election. I believe that Trump getting elected and we have a crypto friendly president in office right now is huge. And people being able to bet on the election.
And let's
And
not forget though, because because there's not all this framework around. You don't want to risk it and go with these platforms that are centralized and they don't have any regulation. If you're going to be on a centralized platform, you need to be somewhere like Robinhood where there's some sort of repercussions, recovery for your assets because if any everybody knows if you're in crypto and you like crypto and maybe Hood is just your proxy investment, you're like, oh, I want to be in crypto, but like too risky. Let me buy Robinhood. If that's your play, know that Robinhood is comfortable with regulation. They're not
they,
running away from it.
yeah.
So your assets are safe and you can keep them there. And you can't say that a lot for everybody. A lot of people are not showing proof of reserves. They're not. They're just a whole lot of talk, and they'll run off with your money. And we said Celsius, we said FTX, we've said these other guys before. So it's these guys are the villains in the crypto space, and you want to reward guys like Vlad, who are able to like grow and contribute immediately. So
Great point. I also think that with the, we have the FDIC, we have the SIPC. With the crypto czar coming into power soon, that Trump will be appointing, we will have some sort of, regulatory protection
oh yeah.
that is
That's for
very
sure. Good
clear
call on that.
and
And I mean, who knows what they're gonna call it? You got a guy like Elon in power. Then it's gonna be something hilarious that will protect your funds as a crypto investor.
the Doge Vengers.
Yeah, it's definitely needed, and it's not to say like, oh, meme coins need to be backed up or need insurance or anything, but no, like you need if you're holding or you're claiming you have USDC and you're issuing that, you need to be showing all these reserves. If you're claiming you have this USDT in your stuff, you need to be showing that. There needs to be some sort of on-chain proof if you're holding this crypto there, and it's not just a he said she said thing.
That's why it's a trustless. We are aiming for trustless frameworks that you don't need trust. You have the proof right there. Also, uh,
So you pushed
we
over to no. I like this slide. I like this slide.
we see that Vlad is adding that team are adding more crypto coins onto the platform. And
Gets me nervous.
some people are hesitant on that, like he is. But we just got some clarity earlier this month that meme coins are not securities and they will be classified as collectibles. So that is very bullish when it comes to clarity.
Very cool.
And kind of your route for, I don't know, getting your money back is, hey, this is a collectible and collectibles go up and down in value and you should be in it for the collectible value of this or the nature of collecting it, not as a financial instrument.
Don't write that off either because one, collectibles are what they are. Like some people want them, some people don't. And then you have these different variations of the collectibles. You have the celebrity coins, like
We're speaking of digital collectibles.
yeah, and you got Donald Trump's meme coin. You got these different meme coins that go around celebrities, and then you got real meme coins. They're not celebrity and they're not tied to a personality who you're expecting effort out of. They're tied to a
cultural phenomenon like Pepe or Chill Guy. Social media, something that internet synergy is behind. Basically,
this internet capitalization ends up going on places like people really want their coin to be accessible on a platform like Robinhood, like Coinbase, and when they get on here, they're generating these volumes that are unbelievable. And the take rate, if Robinhood keeps increasing it, they're still the best place to go buy your crypto compared to these other places.
I was listening to a post earnings call, and somebody said, I believe the analyst was asking if Robinhood can catch up to or emulate brokers like Charles Schwab. And I'm like, you know what? They're innovating to keep up with Robinhood right now with the zero commission trading, with the 24-hour markets. We can see that these brokerages are kind of scrambling because they
They're
are losing customers.
reactionary.
They are
They're
reactionary,
reactionary.
but because they don't incorporate blockchain, AI, and crypto tech into their business model, the reaction is so late, and so like Robinhood's already rolling out the next thing.
Yeah, that's very true. Let's I want to highlight this retirement, or I'm sorry, not retirement. Let me
Before we blow by that, retirement AUC grew by more than 13 billion in Q4.
yeah, we talked
Next
about
slide.
possible reasons for that. You got the gold. The gold. This is what I talk about. I mentioned a few times. Vlad's mentioned it, and we'll actually go into a little part of the earnings call right here where the 10.5% of funded customers are gold subscriptions, which is very surprising to me. I feel like everybody should be getting this $5 product, and then if that doesn't happen, we should put the price up, because the money that's coming back to users of Robinhood is just, it's way more than that.
But also grandfather in early adopters, early believers in Robinhood Gold. Maybe give us a locked price for the first million or something.
They have
500,000.
So gold subscribers have 6x under custody, 1.5x net deposit growth rate, and then a 4x retirement adoption rate. Like I said, if you're paying for this gold, the retirement products are very sexy. There's not many places that are going to give you 3% on your Roth. We've heard of the 4% on a match in a 401k. Go get your money, but 3% on your Roth IRA is pretty insane. And then I'm personally actually I just transferred over a traditional IRA, a 401k into a traditional IRA. So we'll do a separate video on that. Hold me to that. But yeah, the goal. Let's go ahead and watch this short video, part of the earnings call, and see what Vlad had to say about gold flywheels.
Yeah, I mean, first off, we're investing a lot in the gold program. And I think you guys are seeing the fruits there. When someone becomes a gold subscriber, they grow AUC, assets under custody, much more rapidly, net deposits more rapidly, and they adopt our products at a much higher rate. So the journey is basically someone joins Robinhood, they become a gold member relatively quickly, and then their rate of assets under custody, net deposit growth, and multi-product adoption increases. And so we've really made a ton of progress growing the attach rate, particularly early on in.
Let's go and pause that real quick. He basically he's pointing to where everyone's going, but it's so obvious once you start looking at the products. You go, oh, I get 2%, 1% just to deposit my money, right? Then your money's in there, and then you start seeing the other products. You're like, oh, I can get 3% for maxing out my Roth. Well, I'm already maxing out my Roth every year anyways, because who wouldn't? So you go ahead and you open up the Roth, you start putting money in there, you're getting that match back, and then you start exploring the app for more stuff that you never really thought you needed, whether it be stock lending or something like that. Like, it's all in the app, and you just enable it on, and every product just moves into the next one. So these incentives have been clearly strategically planned in here
and rolled out
for an investor to be like, I see more value every time you turn the corner. So let me go ahead and play that.
In the customer's journey with Robinhood. I think we mentioned in Q4, out of the new net funded accounts to Robinhood, 30%, north of 30% into the quarter as gold subscribers.
That's
which
crazy.
I think is just tremendous as an attach rate. And I think we can continue to work on that. With the gold card in particular, one of the really interesting things, I think we're actually one of the few that are capable of measuring this as an integrated platform. But we are seeing strong second order effects between users of the credit card and the core brokerage business, which I think validates our thesis that there's a gold flywheel. And if we sort of like make each of the individual pieces better, the overall customer value to the Robinhood ecosystem benefits tremendously.
So this is just, it's just hammering away the nail of how each product goes right into each other. So they're swiping this card, and then these points are coming, and then instead of people just like cashing them out, it's transferring into their brokerage, and they're investing more, and it just leads to this great flywheel where you're seeing the value over and over and over.
And the compounding, like the compounding of all of these actions is just more money for you in your future if you do it the right way.
All right, let's.
Sweet.
And in terms of the card holders, so we're a little over 100,000 card holders at this point. We plan to increase that by several 100,000 this year.
Beautiful.
In terms of the mix between kind of new customers or new to gold customers, there's a healthy portion of our wait list that are not currently gold members. So we see that as a big opportunity.
So we just found out recently too that several number is actually 5x. That's what they're trying to increase this credit card by. Shout out to Tanner, if you guys follow his show. He mentioned it last night, so it's very, very new information. But you're like, oh, you're trying to grow by several factors, like, and it makes you curious. What are your goals? And internally, found out just through a job posting that it was 5x. So we'll get into that on another
That's
video
beautiful, and I'm hoping that, as he mentioned, that most of them do not have or a large amount on the wait list do not have Robinhood Gold. I'm hoping that Robinhood Gold users get pushed to the front of the line on this wait list.
Love that. Brittany loves some gold favoritism. So
I mean, the perks, you're so generous already. Just keep them rolling.
Yeah, let me go ahead. Let's get back into the presentation.
So we're going to hop from page 10 to page 19.
Nice.
As you can go through those metrics by yourself.
Okay, so the expense plan, we, of course, we went through some of that. Go ahead and read some of those bullet points, please, and we'll keep it going.
So we built a 2025 expense plan to drive another year of profitable growth, including investing for growth across new products, features, and international expansion. I love that international expansion, and that is just the U.S. Global Dollar Network. I'm almost certain he's talking about, but if not, then that's even more exciting.
We want to drop
more on
off.
The way.
We need to drop off dollars in every country. It all leads back to Robinhood. All leads back to the U.S. dollar. Very, very bullish stuff right here. Yeah. Let's get to this GAAP net income. They had a huge GAAP net income was a record $916 million in Q4, and a diluted EPS was 101, which included a $424 million benefit from Q4. This is cool.
That diluted EPS is almost more than double expectations, they blew expectations out of the water. I'm just shocked. I haven't seen anything like this on an earnings call recently.
Yeah, this was very surprising because a lot of analysts and maybe retail analysts didn't see this coming, where they can get surprised by Robinhood, because Robinhood is so transparent every month in what regards to the metrics are. You really only have to guess 1 month, right? And so going into it, if you would say, no, I think Robinhood goes exponential higher, right? Someone would argue no, because we kind of got all the information that we need. There's really nothing to surprise. So this tax benefit and regulatory accrual reversal was enormous. It happened in the quarter 4. Is there anything we can look up on tax benefit regulatory accrual reversal? I just don't. Why did no one see this coming? Like,
I think it's because it was an inauguration year. We had we have a new president coming, a crypto friendly president, and I mean we had just who could have expected that?
Before you get into this too, analysts were set back on the last earnings because they didn't include contra revenue. Robinhood put a slide in their presentation for those trying to understand these Robinhood earnings. They put a slide in here that talked about contra revenue. And then everyone's like, oh yeah, of course they had to pay out for all these, perks and benefits. Of course that's a number. So then it was just a miscommunication basically. But now it's there and everyone's expecting it. So then now we get this tax benefit accrual reversal that took place in Q4, which is just a big windfall again. Analysts couldn't see it coming because the expectations would have obviously been higher. And then, Robinhood obviously was going to be somewhere near their expectations, and then boom, huge windfall with the tax. It just surprises everybody again, where you go, where does this big move come from? It's expectations not being met, and then expectations obviously being exceeded in a surprising way. So we'll see every time you get a glimpse of these damn presentations and you're like, I know everything that's I'm gonna see, you see something like this and you're like, damn, I have some more to look out for. So just another learning moment for me personally as an investor, always trying to learn more about the company and what they're doing, you know. And so
Always be learning.
next year it'll be in my head in a Q4, will there be an accrual reversal? Did we look up what any of that was? What
I believe it just has to do with their performance because of their performance expectations.
Got it. Okay. Well, yeah, this is a good one right here. Let's move over. Adjusted
We already went through
EBITDA.
EBITDA.
Yeah, we don't want to do
So
that.
now we are.
Rule of 40. Look at this crazy rule of 40 right here. Like, this is insane. Like, pull up 22. Yeah, this is page 22. 106%. That is just insane. Like, yeah. So, this is just this is a sexy slide, man. This one gets me happy. So, let's keep going.
On page 26 here,
What?
we are building a track record of profitable growth. 10x in 5 assets under custody, looking at 10x in 5 years. Total net revenues, looking at 10x in 5 years. Adjusted operating expenses, looking at minus 5x in 5 years. So those operating expenses, OpEx is expected to go lower. Love to see that.
Let's go. I like these ones, but we skipped a lot though. So before we even get past that, we need to get into Q4 right here, where it says it's closing it out. And last time I seen this slide, I liked it. Now I see it and I don't like it. Why? Because they were buying. They didn't purchase as many as I thought they would in Q4 when we were very undervalued. Now you can see they only have 743 remaining at the price of $60. That puts this buyback at less than 2%. So what we need to do is probably up this back to, we need to actually buy some more shares back before the price rises or on the next dip. And we probably need to increase our buybacks. That's just what I'm looking at because I'm like, this ain't nothing now. Now, before it was a lot. It felt like it was a lot. Like I think it was around 4 or 5% when we were looking at it in the last time these presentations were released. So
it says to jump to page 40
okay.
for a bit more information. So fully diluted shares decreased by over 2% year over year as we continue to closely manage share-based compensation. And it gives you the breakdown for Class A shares, B shares, basic
Exactly.
shares.
Yeah. So if you take these shares, you'll probably end up. I'm not going to do the math right here, but if you take the outstanding shares and you divide it by the amount that they're able to purchase with that money at the current price that Hood is trading, you're only going to get less than 2% buyback, which is like nothing to be very excited about. Doesn't even seem to be inflation to me. I would like to be around 4% buybacks every year.
And we're at 2.2% as of December 31st.
Well, we'll see. I guess if they can execute on a good time, I think they're. What slide was that again?
22.
No, 24. So it says that they were at how much? What was their average? Does it have their average price on here?
This is not.
Okay, well,
we have a $1 billion share repurchase program.
It's like $27 or something. I mean, it's not it. I just wish they did more buybacks. They did say in the last call they were doing buybacks every day of Q4. Like I specifically remember them saying that. They didn't buy that much back, to be honest. And they have a great cost basis too. So
I bet they do.
Okay, let's go ahead. Let's keep moving on. Boom. You gave us this. You want to hit that last bottom right one real quick on page 26?
So the adjusted EBITDA is plus 1.5 billion in 5 years. Not something that I'm interested in, but just in case you were interested.
All right, 27. We got 2024 monthly metrics. This is cool. I like this slide on the very far right. On the very far right of you have this slide up. 27. on the very far right, it has 2025 January numbers. So they snuck in this month's numbers as far as like what to expect coming up. So love this. Someone pointed it out in this presentation. I forgot who it was. I think it was on the earnings call with Amit Tanner and them on that Hood Weekly show. They pointed this out immediately, and I was like, this is a good eye right here. Because you would look at this and be like, yo, let me just look at December of 2024 monthly metrics. But now, moving forward, they'll possibly be sneaking in a month of analytics right there on the right. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice little find.
Okay, so December's dashboard, very cool. That month was great. Yeah, then we get all to the net cash. Yeah, trading volumes, those were amazing. Monthly active users, that would be something that they formerly would have measured before, but like I said, gold subscribers are way more important than
And as of
monthly
Q4, we
active
have
users.
14.59 million in Q4, which just for comparison, we have. Actually, Q1 was quite an onboarding event. That was the gold standard. That onboarded quite
Everybody
a few people.
probably signed up for that damn
13.7 when we obviously signed up as well. So we had the onboarding event in Q1, and then we closed the year with the place futures contracts on. We had the presidential election and
the Legend event in October. The Legend event. There was a lot going on that time too.
Absolutely.
All right, annualized revenue per employee. That's pretty awesome. 1.8 million in Q4. I mean, these guys don't hire that many people, and when they do, they're paying them very good because these engineers are amazing.
Quality over quantity.
And amazing engineers nowadays don't, because of things like AI, like the entry engineer doesn't even really exist anymore. You just have like great engineers that can choose to where they want to work. And some of them want to be at SpaceX, some of them want to be changing the world at NVIDIA, and others want to be at Robinhood, developing products and putting them out. There's an art to this, and I just feel like this doesn't, the per employee revenue is just crazy, but these guys really deserve it. I hope that everything remains flat as far as diluting shares for employee compensation.
If you want to want to be the best, you have to pay the best. So
all right, well said. Yeah, these guys are all right. Q4 we recorded 43 million contra revenues. So pull up 35. So we have options, equities, cryptocurrencies. Damn, like everything in here was wow. They paid a lot out. So these right here, this contra revenue is gonna be, obviously expenses, stuff that we paid out, rewards, sweeps. These transaction based revenues are there's a cost to dealing with the blockchain and stuff, and a lot of people don't realize that either.
But the cost versus the ROI, it just makes sense.
Yeah, and then let's go ahead and read some of maybe these gold deposit boosts.
So in Gold Deposit Boost, the Gold Deposit Boost program started in June 2024 and we wound down the program in November of 2024. Mm-hmm. But it looks like they might have started again because they just announced Gold Boost again happening.
Yeah, and these are for rollovers. These are for rollovers and transfers, which is just, again, it's bullish. These are accounts that have probably been stuck at old employers. That happened to me. They have situations where people need to roll over their direct or their indirect rollovers in 60 days, and they need somewhere to go. So this 2% match is awesome. I actually did mine when the 1% was matched. And then once my thing went over, I got 2%, which was awesome.
Since the start of the program, we have paid out 33 million of Gold Deposit Boosts including 22 million in Q4. Love those numbers. Absolutely beautiful. And
that's like a lot of money to pay out to users, but you see where the value's going.
Customer. That is that's what they're built upon. The remaining Gold Deposit Boosts earned by customers prior to the end of the program will be paid out over the period of 24 months.
And again, this is just another retaining situation. They want to pay out people. They want to get more customers over, and this is the best way to do it, like over a time period. And you'll have these costs up. Contra revenue may increase. It really depends on what these next incentives are for gold in March. So when that gold event comes and they start giving out more incentives, there may be big hits to that contra revenue slide. So let's see. All right, let's move on.
Page 38.
Let's get it.
In Q4, interest earning assets grew by 47% year over year to 44 billion. Absolutely unheard of. Grew 47%. We love to see it.
Yeah, they sent me a message and they were like, "Yo, put $5,000 in here. I'll give you another 1% boost on your yield." And I was like, "Say less."
So the boost is until, I believe you have until March 3rd or March 7th to make that transfer happen to get that boost. And
I thought it was April 30th. Was the end of the transfer boot? No.
For retirement?
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, for retirement, April 30th. I was referring to the gold cash.
Got it.
Cash yield. And then we have on page 39.
So that contra revenue one snuck up. Won't do it again.
We already hit page 40 on the diluted shares. Adjusted operating expenses and SBC.
They really give you so much, and I feel like
people talk about transparency. Robinhood is so transparent. They really, they don't give guidance, but they give you everything that you need to
I
know.
wish they didn't give the analytics though, like every month, because then not as an investor, as someone who wants to see price go up, because I would like to beat expectations more often on what these analysts have to say, because no one's looking at Robinhood as a tech company. They still want to see it as a boring company, asking why isn't it a bank yet, yada yada. And it's like,
because it's not.
we won't be able to do the crypto
It's a revolutionary product.
Yeah, we won't be able to do the crypto stuff if we were on that bank stuff. And brokers are better than bankers. Like, we need to get a shirt that says
But
that.
I would like to mention that we did just hear earlier this month that they will be hearing some bills that were put up for banks to be allowed to dabble in cryptocurrency. So
that's good.
More regulation clarity coming soon on that. Wow, that was quite the presentation.
Yeah, we're not going through all these numbers and stuff. I feel like there's a lot of financial geeks out there that can really walk you through the numbers that you want to look at. We just really want to paint a picture of where Robinhood's products are going to be going and how this affects everything else. And the presentation's beautiful. They give you a lot. Obviously, there's hella slides. How much does this end up at? 49, man. So you end up with a lot of information, but overall Robinhood is delivering. They're sandbagging in these last months, obviously.
Just to throw a little curveball at
tax reversal.
These analysts that think they know everything.
They hit the reverse Uno card on expectations and
they said, "Your wallet tracking me?" No,
and surprised everybody. They showed love to retail analysts.
Yeah,
they let
loved that.
They let Tanner, Crossroads, and Amit and Evan from Stock Market News all ask questions, and it's just cool.
Our ex-favorites.
Yeah, no, these are the ex-financial analysts out here, and these guys are on YouTube, and it's important to like support that type of stuff too, because CEOs don't have to sit down with these guys. They don't have to even have them on calls or invite them to events, and this is where the door opens for other CEOs to do the same thing for their favorite retail analysts, because the wealth transfer is not just wealth, it's actually attention too. So it's like all this money needs to go from the older generation to the younger generation. Well, all this attention is not going to be on MSNBC every time. It's not going to be on these professional analysts. It's going to be on the retail analysts who are digging into the companies that are lacking coverage or undercut, not as important or popular or whatever, not as sexy. And then when those companies become sexy, those retail analysts will be validated as far as what they're talking about. And so
I love that point. Vlad did mention that they want to be the best platform for retail investors, so it only makes sense for them to really kind of cater to their retail analysts, and we love to see it because those are the interviews that we like to see. He's more personal than being on Squawk Box or MSNBC, and these are the guys that we like to get our information from. So
yeah,
absolutely love that.
When it comes to like being a retail analyst, like I wouldn't even consider us there, obviously. I just we're just doing
we're
our
appreciative
thing.
Of the arts.
Yeah, we're just making some content, but when you do find these retail analysts who are like obsessed about these companies, you can find out information that nobody else has. And I think that alone has like its own power. So you just say you're able to really, I just can't express enough how much a retail analyst is important to these new communities that are forming, because being an investor is pretty lonely. And so you're like, oh no, I have no one to talk to about these investments. I have no one to, talk about the market with. And you go online and you're able to find these places, rally around retail analysts, and like pop up.
That is such a great point. If you lost money in a lot of money in crypto, if you lost a lot of money in Web3, or you're looking to pivot or just looking to invest, these are the bag pumpers. Let me tell you, before retail analysts came, we didn't have somebody that was bullish on this stock. Let's collectively
figure out,
not pump the price, but let's collectively get people informed on this company. Let's get people
spread
to,
the story.
let's cover news. Let's get into the minutia of the business and get the word out there. It really has changed investing, and I think Vlad sees that. He sees how crypto communities move. He sees how the younger generation of retail investors are starting to move and kind of share that sentiment across the scape. And
yeah, they're trustworthy too. They're trustworthy.
A lot of them have public portfolios as well.
Yeah, they have this integrity as far as like covering the company. And yeah, for me personally, I literally look at these retail analysts and I'm like, you guys have skin in the game. You guys are putting your money where your mouth is, and like letting us know where your head is at. And yeah, this is just a great sport for thinkers. So when you're looking for competitive thinkers and people who can find great companies for future, man, this is it's just exciting. It's so optimistic too. Like, you cannot be here and just be like, market's going down, sky is falling. Like, that's not even fun. That's not even great energy to be around. The whole investing world is just so optimistic about the future coming and disruption, accept it. Like,
and
jobs
those who
are coming,
not embracing the new way of fintech and the new way of where investing is going, those are not people that you want to be aligned with. I'm telling you, these people are making a lot of money, making sure that the old structure and the old way of doing things sticks around. So definitely you want to be on the side of the trailblazers. And this past earnings call, I think, really just gets the point home that they are set to be globally dominant, number one for active traders and wallet share. And if this presentation didn't convey that, then I don't know what will.
All right, make sure you guys subscribe. We're going to have some more videos out.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again soon. Goodbye.